know the scientists out at Hamadi Station?
The old married couple? Azad and Shireen, if I remember right. I've met them a few times. They seemed a little eccentric, but were otherwise quite nice.
That's them, yes.
We have displaced the Great Serpent.
We will all be lucky to see the end of the year. Well, look who it is. You have made quite a stir, and given this day. To what do I owe the honor, diviner? Did he now? How magnanimous. But approval is approval, and I will gladly take it. I will spare you much of the technical detail, as I confess that pieces of it I barely understand myself. One cannot help but notice the energy field around the Scaled Citadel. Until we can get through it, we cannot shut down the experiment inside, and it has proved quite impossible. We had the beginnings of a plan to... Every one of the houses needs to contribute, and every one realized they could potentially use it for leverage. What should have been a cooperative effort turned contentious. Easy decisions became negotiations. And so, construction never began. We have sat here, staring at this disaster as supplies pile up for well over a week now. Serpent help us, it is infuriating. Indeed. All must serve. I believe I've done enough complaining for now. Time to get to work. If you're here, the Council has likely sent word to the houses that it's time to stop the infighting. I doubt it will be enough. I need to oversee construction here, make sure things are built to specifications. If you could follow up with the houses, that may speed up the process. I appreciate that someone around here is eager to get to work. House Fetal owes us access codes for the city power grid. It's the only way to guarantee enough power to activate the device. Al-Skadiq was supposed to provide a young scientist named Sahima to help me. She had at least some experience with the original Citadel experiment. No idea why they refused to send her. And Hasmek, the new elder of House Dul-Kef, he has been distant, guarded. He claims to have vital information about an important component of the experiment, but has withheld it until now. Help me get what we need, and we will see what we can do for the Speaker, and for House Varun. And I may have something that can help you in whatever trials the Serpent puts before you as we navigate this. We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this. I know. I have lost friends and colleagues myself. We have encountered several interesting phenomena. First, while the phantoms shift to a fully human form when killed, they often retain small shards that appear to be an almost crystallized version of vortex energy. Second, we have learned that killing the phantoms sometimes causes an even greater disturbance. Horrors, as they have been colloquially termed, can appear from somewhere. We are unsure of their origin, but it is not within our universe. These horrors and their spawn are infested with cysts, a seemingly organic manifestation of vortex energy. We have managed to collect enough to run experiments and have devised a method of combining them into an explosive mixture with varying properties. While they have no use in the development of the morning device, if you find yourself out in the field, I believe they could have more practical applications. The process is simple enough that any industrial workstation should suffice, if you have the materials. And, depending on how you combine said materials, you may find the results to be somewhat variable. I hope you can use that to your advantage. Yes. We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this. Well, then you are in luck. We have encountered several interests. Second, we have learned that killing the phantoms sometimes causes an even greater disturbance. Horrors, as they have been colloquially termed, can appear from somewhere. We are unsure of their origin, but it is not within our universe. These horrors and their spawn are infested with cysts, a seemingly organic manifestation of vortex energy. We have managed to collect enough to run experiments and have devised a method of combining them into an explosive mixture with varying properties. While they have no use in the development of the morning device, if you find yourself out in the field, I believe they could have more practical applications. This is hardly the time to be turning. The process is simple enough and Just look up. I'm sure you have it. And those left behind. I hope that not enough to... It had been in everything we knew towards the end. Yes. I left the project. Some...
This is exactly the impression we don't want to give.
Please, Jamal. Don't you see how all
Yes?
this works in our favor? It's not up for discussion. I won't risk what we've worked so hard to achieve. It's done. So, Akris has sent our newest diviner to inquire about Sahima. Don't worry. Jamal's already told me all about you. I'm Razma, Elder of House Kadik and head of the Ministry of Conjunction. Well, it's also an honor to meet one as interesting as yourself. I wouldn't have suspected an outsider to be made promised. But who am I to argue with the Great Serpent's choice? I understand, and I can't argue the importance. I know the Council is looking to Sahima for answers, but the truth is, she's been taken, along with other members of the House. They're being held hostage by zealots, and now they're demanding negotiation. You are right. The Zealots have yet to name... Worst case, they know we can't risk Aha. My thoughts exact. Normally I'd have agent, but we too suffered loss. It's the only reason I even... I don't know. Their name is Merrick. This... Diviner. To reiterate, I don't know where their name is Merrick. This... Indeed. As I said, forcing them to give up get the information. The Zealots don't. They'd never trust. See that you do. You'll find Merrick up.
You're no member of House Kadik. What are you doing here? And you are? Ah, the heretic turned pro. So tell me, what would a chosen one's... I'm sorry, did you say zealots? Why would I know anything about... Absolutely. Did she now? I guess this means the High Council is still asking Auntie Razma where Sahima is. And if you're here making demands, she obviously has decided to make use of you rather than undergo sincere negotiations. I see what's going on here. Easy. You ask me where Sahima is, then you go back to Auntie Razma and tell her to go through with the negotiations. I've worked hard to obtain my position with the Zealots. And like I've told Razma 1,000 times, I have no reason to believe they're going to hurt my dear cousins, especially Sahima. So, as far as I'm Oh, I don't think so. I won't argue her importance. Well, it is the biggest variable. Perhaps you're right. All right, I'll let you in on their location. But remember, you're the only one that knows. If word spreads, I'll know exactly who's to blame. The location you're looking for is Shadow Station Epsilon. It's an old Varun base that they've taken over for themselves. Razma will know it. Watch your tone. You
must have gotten the location. I figured they wouldn't be completely forthcoming. If my intel is correct, the sooner the better. Now that we have a rescue, I expect them. The current plan is to meet us there. Good. I'll stall the That being... Now,
Diviner, a word before you go? Tell me, Diviner, what do you know about the Zealots? An oversimplified the Zealots they're a remnant of the Serpent's Crusade. As my dear... I'm surprised she even... Razma would have... The truth is, that is the real reason why Razma hasn't informed the High Council, and I'm sworn to silence. Exactly. House Kadik, Razma wants the Zealot. She's been in... This kind of ambition is dangerous. What none of us expect. The aftermath, Razma has lost control. And that's what I wish to speak. House Kadik should, but worse, we need to cut. Not unless you want to be... I want you to put it, and while my position... Should the hostages... What we need is Sahima's research, which she has with her. You just need to... I knew you'd be reasonable. You'll receive payment when your work, as you may have guessed, when you arrived. See that you do. I look forward to...
Run from me, will you?